Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to make some chili, and I'm sorry, I can't get you over top of this pot. It's a big pot, and my tripod just isn't big enough. So in the pot, I've got some ground beef and ground pork. I just added, I think it's the equivalent of 5 peppers in there that are nicely bulkily chopped. I'm going to be adding in 1 red onion. I'm not going to be eating this. This is for the boys of the house. They love chili, and they're out of chili, so got to get it made up. All right, so all that's in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these vegetables sweat off a little bit while I start getting everything else ready. Alright, so I'll bring you guys back in a few moments. Okay, I completely forgot with this tripod I can maneuver where the camera sits on the tripod. Forgot about that, so now I've got you in that angle. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 quarts of crushed tomatoes. I don't know if I'm going to need more or not. I just got to wait and see, because I don't follow a recipe for making chili. I just make chili. And I have some diced up tomatoes that were in the fridge. I'm just gonna add those in there just to get them used up. Okay. I'm gonna let those tomatoes cook down a little bit. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna need to add more tomatoes, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys back in just a moment. Okay, before I forget, I'm gonna add in my tomato beans. And I'm gonna do my best to remember. I'm gonna leave links to all these down in the description box. I'm gonna do my best to remember, guys. So I'm gonna add 3 pints of that, because beans are delicious. They are delicious, and they just don't like me, so they're evil little things. Okay. So now we're going to stir that all up in there, get that all good and happy, and I'll be right back again. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit. I'm going to add my pinto beans and black beans. I have a quart of each one. And now I'm going to add the kidney beans and the chili beans. I have a 1.5 pints of kidney beans and I have 3 pints of kidney beans and 2 pints of chili beans. I had to stop and think there. Okay. So now I'm going to stir this up. Now, I'm not going to be able to taste this. I have to judge everything by smell. And so far, it's smelling exactly the way it should be. When you make something enough, you can tell by the smell of it. Okay, so I'm going to let this heat up a little bit. So I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Okay, now it is time to add my chili spice. I don't know if I have a link for this. I will see if I do and leave it down below. I know it won't be this exact one, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to start off with 3 tablespoons. 3 generous tablespoons. I have no fillers or anything in my chili powder, so just be careful if you're using a store-made, like a store-bought chili powder. It could have fillers in it. Okay. And I'm going to leave it there. I think I could add 1 more, but because when I can, it will intensify the heat, it should be good. And if I had some, I would put in some jalapenos, but I don't have any. I would have been thinking. But anyway, I'll bring you guys back in just a few moments when we're getting this ready into jars now. Okay, there we go. Now you were lopsided. Now you're not lopsided. All right, so now we're going to get this chili into jars. You want to fill this up, 1-inch headspace. This is a pressure canned item. I have never canned this in quarts. I've only ever canned it in pints. I'm trying to think of all the questions I have been asked over the years. You want to make sure it is soupy. You don't want it to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too thin. So when you're reheating it, it should thicken up to where you want it. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my debubbler. One moment. Okay, now I'm back. So you want to debubble this. You want to make sure you have your pressure canner ready. Gonna wipe your lid. That's not your lid. You want to wipe your rim. Get it good and clean. Get your lid on there. Come on. Ugh, they're stuck. Can you see that? Oh, no, you kind of can. My lids, they got stuck together there. There we go. Okay, so there's one. Here's number 2. Put a lid on it, put a ring on it. I know what this stuff is called. I promise, I do. Been canning long enough. Okay, so into the pressure canner, these go for 75 minutes at your altitude. My altitude is, I don't even actually, well, I know what it is, but I can't remember it at the top of my head, but I do it at 10 pounds, or where my canner likes to prefer to be is actually at 13. That's where my canner loves to sit, 13. So we'll be back when these are all canned up and out of the canner. Okay, so I lied. We're not back after everything's out of the canner. Everything got out of the canner last night and put into the garbage because I got into a fight with my mandolin and the mandolin won. Yeah, I'm missing the portion of my tip of my finger here and 4 slices down my middle finger here. It's not very pretty. So I shut my canner off. I think it was 20 minutes in, and it went right to the hospital because I could not get the bleeding to stop. And well, 6 hours later was when I could finally get back to even considering looking at my canner. And that would be dangerous to even think about reusing it or trying to use it because sour could have set in on it and it only processed for like 20 minutes and I had to shut it off and leave it for 6 hours. It's just too risky for my blood, so I didn't do it. My kids did. My kids took the jars out and dumped them, and now that content is in the garbage. I will recan chili again. It won't be for a few weeks because I can't even do anything for the next 2 days. I'm not allowed. The doctors told me that I cannot do anything. I cannot take the risk of hitting this hand off of anything because it could cause it to break back open again and start bleeding all over the place because I had no skin left on that. Took it clean off. He told me that I did a very nice job on it, actually. It could have been a lot worse. That he's seen a lot worse damage because sometimes when somebody does this, it doesn't cut straight. It cuts diagonally or crooked, you know, like he was explaining it all to me. He said it was a very nice, clean cut, and it should heal beautifully. It's going to be ugly looking once it's healed, but it will heal nicely. But this hand is going to look pretty weird for a while. So for the next 2 days, I'm going to be laying in bed doing nothing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of the video, and any questions about it, just leave them down below, because I can text I can answer comments on my phone using this finger. Yes, that's how I'm just responding. It's not exactly fun or easy, but I do it. So yes, I will talk to you guys when I'm back up and doing things, which won't be for quite a while. So I will see you soon at some point.